Truth possesses an inherent resilience. It stands on its own merits, unwavering in the face of challenges. Like a mountain weathering a storm, truth remains firm while falsehoods erode away. To silence dissent is to express fear, a tacit admission that one's own beliefs cannot withstand scrutiny. Truth does not require force or coercion. It invites inquiry, questioning, and debate. When we allow open discourse, truth has the opportunity to emerge stronger, its facets polished by the very arguments seeking to dismantle it. A society that values truth understands that it can withstand scrutiny. Attempts to suppress opposing viewpoints betray a lack of faith in one's own convictions. If truth is self-evident, then it should have nothing to fear from dissenting voices. Instead, such voices can help refine and strengthen our understanding of what is true. A robust marketplace of ideas where different perspectives are freely exchanged is essential for the pursuit of truth. By allowing open and honest debate, we create an environment where truth can be tested, refined, and ultimately prevail. History is littered with failed attempts to suppress truth. From the burning of books to the imprisonment of dissenters, those in power have often sought to silence opposing voices. However, truth has a way of slipping through the cracks, of finding its way to the surface no matter how deeply it is buried. Suppression only breeds resentment and fuels the flames of dissent. It creates martyrs and strengthens the resolve of those who have different opinions. The harder the suppression, the more powerful the resistance. Moreover, suppressing opposing viewpoints deprives society of valuable insights. By silencing dissenting voices, we lose the opportunity to learn from those who see the world differently. We miss out on the chance to challenge our own assumptions and to refine our understanding of the world around us. Even God in Scripture tells us to test everything, hold fast what is good. He reminds us to be on guard against falsehood. It leads to stagnation, intellectual conformity, and ultimately the suppression of truth itself. The concept of freedom from religion is often misconstrued. True freedom of religion encompasses the right to believe, the right to not believe, and the right to change one's beliefs. It is not about eradicating religion from the public square, but rather ensuring that all individuals have the right to practice their faith or non-faith without fear of persecution or discrimination. Attempts to impose atheism or any single belief system on an entire society inevitably lead to the suppression of other viewpoints. This not only violates the fundamental right to freedom of conscience, but also stifles the free exchange of ideas that is essential for a healthy and vibrant society. A truly tolerant society allows for the peaceful coexistence of different beliefs. It recognizes that individuals have the right to hold different views on matters of faith and spirituality without facing discrimination or coercion. Freedom of religion flourishes when individuals are free to choose their own paths, to question, to doubt, and to believe without fear of reprisal. History is replete with examples of how the suppression of religion has served as a stepping stone to tyranny. From the French Revolution to the communist regimes of the 20th century, attempts to eradicate religion have often gone hand in hand with brutal persecution, mass murder, and the suppression of all forms of dissent. The Soviet Union, for example, sought to eradicate religion and replace it with atheism. Churches were destroyed, religious leaders were persecuted, and countless individuals were imprisoned or killed for their beliefs. The result was not a utopia of reason and enlightenment, but rather a totalitarian regime that ruthlessly suppressed all forms of dissent, religious or otherwise. Similarly, the Chinese Cultural Revolution saw that the widespread persecution of religious believers, with temples and monasteries destroyed and countless individuals tortured and killed. The attempt to eradicate religion was part of a broader campaign of terror and repression that left an indelible scar on Chinese society. These historical examples serve as stark reminders of the dangers of suppressing religious freedom. They demonstrate that attempts to impose a single belief system on an entire society inevitably lead to tyranny and oppression.